Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the 17th of February. It's the start of February, our term is Monday. And as has become traditional when I do these Explore With Me videos, I'm starting this vlog in the car. I'm currently sat on my mum's drive. I've been down to see her for a few days, which is really good. And now I'm off to Cirencester. I've never been there before. It's apparently the capital of the Cotswolds. So the Cotswolds, in case you don't know, is a beautiful collection of towns and villages in England, and apparently Cirencester is the capital. I didn't specifically want to go to Cirencester. Like I said, I'm on half term, I'm a teacher, my husband's working this week, my teenage son has got plenty of other plans with his friends, and so I thought I'd take myself away for a week and just get a bit of a breather. So I booked through Airbnb. I'll have linked the Airbnb that I'm using in the description, and I literally just picked it based off the Airbnb, and then Cirencester happens to be nearby and it looks very pretty. So I thought I would do an Explore Cirencester with me vlog. Hopefully that'll be fun for you guys. I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing it. I think it'll be March or even April. I can't remember my schedule. But yeah, it is absolutely freezing. It looks sunny. Well, the sun is out, but it's freezing cold. It's 3 degrees this morning. And I think it's supposed to rain today in Cirencester, but we'll see what we get. So yeah, I'm leaving my mum's, which is in the south of England, and going to drive up there and do a bit of exploring and take you guys with me. It's now about midday and I have arrived safely in Cirencester. I've used the Forum car park, which seemed to be like, when I googled places to park in Cirencester, it came up as the top suggestion. I've literally got somebody just to my right parking next to me, so this is super fun. Extra points, I guess, for vlogging in public. And yeah, I know literally nothing about Cirencester. I think I probably said that already. There is an indie bookshop called Octavia Books, which I obviously want to check out, and there's a Waterstones. But I'm just gonna go for a bit of a wander. I've got 4 hours until I can check into my Airbnb. I do need to do a Tesco's food shop before then, but I've got plenty of time to just go for a bit of a mooch. So yeah, I'm gonna go and work out how to pay for my parking, and we'll have a little wander around Cirencester. another car update. It's now about 3 o'clock. I've had a lovely time wandering around Cirencester. It's really pretty. There's absolutely loads. I feel like having an afternoon is not enough time, but I've shown you as much of it as I can. I have got 5 books that I bought. Shocker. Which I'll show you when I get to the cottage. I was originally just going to do this as a just Cirencester video, but obviously you've only had car updates, and I think it's going to be quite a short video if I don't do a bit of a sit down when we get to the cottage. So I'm going to go to Tesco's and get my supplies for the week, go and get myself checked in and settled, and then I'll come back and chat to you and show you the books I bought on my lovely little wander around the Cotswolds town. Okay, so it's the next day because checking into this Airbnb did not go as planned. And basically that threw me off so much, I just wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone by the time everything was sorted out. So I'm in a very cute cottage, you'll have seen it from the B-roll, in a little village just about 10 minutes outside of Cirencester. And I booked it through Airbnb, and I went to Tesco's, again you'll have seen the B-roll, and then drove out to the village, and all the way pretty much from the main road to the house I was behind this same car, which I didn't really pay that much attention to until they pulled onto the driveway of the house, of the cottage, and I knew it was where I was staying because I was using the what three words, because this is a really tiny village. None of the houses, like if you put it into Google, like it just brings you to the village. So I was using the what three words, which was obviously suggested by the host, and so this car pulled onto the drive ahead of me, and I was like, oh, that's weird, maybe it's the host like checking that I've checked in. Okay, so I pulled onto the drive behind them, got out of the car, and I was like, hi, you're the owners? And they were like, no. And it was a couple with a baby and a dog, and I was like, I'm Victoria and I'm checking in, and they were like, no, we're checking in. So basically it had been double booked through a different website. So I'd booked through Airbnb, they'd booked through some like dog friendly cottage site, and it had been double booked. So that was fun. That was a very, very awkward half an hour. They were really nice. I obviously rang the host, who didn't answer, and I rang, the only other number I had was for the cleaner, so I rang her and left her a message. And I also rang Airbnb and went, what do I do? And they were also on the phone to their provider and also trying to get hold of the host, who wasn't answering. And then after about 15 minutes, the cleaner phoned me back and said, yours is the name on the booking that I was given to clean the house. And I obviously relayed that information to them. And yeah, like I said, we ended up like basically standing on the drive in freezing cold weather for like half an hour trying to figure this out. And in the end, Airbnb basically confirmed my booking and they left. And I felt awful because I'd driven like for a couple of hours to get here, as had I. But they did have a baby and a dog with them, and part of me was like, should I just leave and let them have it? But I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I think I would have lost all my money, because the Airbnb have confirmed my booking. The host eventually, about an hour after all of this happened, emailed me and said that as far as they were aware, this was the only booking. So I don't know what happened with the other people. Hopefully they got their money back and found somewhere else to stay for their holiday. So yeah, it was really weird and really awkward, and I felt really bad for them, even though it wasn't my mistake. And so yeah, that kind of left me in a bit of a weird mood yesterday. So once I got into the house, I got myself unpacked and settled, and then I was like, I'll finish the vlog tomorrow because I'm really not in the mood to talk right now. So I've really enjoyed Cirencester. It was really pretty, and I did pick up 5 books. I ended up not buying anything in Octavia's bookshop, or the Waterstones. I liked both. I just didn't see anything in there that in either of those that I was particularly excited about. But as you saw from the B-roll, I did go into the Oxfam bookshop, and man, did I do well in there. I picked up these 5, and I paid less than £15 for these 5, so I think I did pretty well there. And clearly somebody like bookish is living around Cirencester, because some of these are quite recent. Well, this one is a recent release, and one of the others is a release I've seen talked about recently, and the others are quite popular books from Booktube. So very quickly skip through these. So I picked up Leave the World Behind by Rumen Alam. I have seen some people give this 5 stars, some people give this 1 star. I'm pretty sure it was in Chloe's Worst Books of the Year video, and it's because there's no real ending to this. It's also about a couple that are in an Airbnb, so maybe I'll read this week. Basically, there's a couple in an Airbnb with their kids, and then something is happening, like I think it's out in the countryside, and something is going on in New York City, and the owners of the Airbnb arrive back and say, we need shelter, and it kind of goes from there. But I've heard that the ending, I think it just stops rather than giving an actual ending, but I'm really intrigued to see how that's done. So that was that one. I also grabbed Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I think this was a fairly recent release, like end of last year. I have read one Gillian McAllister, I think. I can't remember which one it was. Have they got a list of what she's published before? And if maybe Anything You Do Say? Can't remember. But I remember liking it. And I haven't read like a really twisty thriller for a while. And this is about a woman who sees her son. She's up late waiting for her son to come home, a teenage son, and she sees him stab someone to death. And then it's her trying to work out what's happened, but she's going back further and further in time to see how this has happened, something like that. As a parent of a teenage son, I'm finding I'm really drawn into books where the characters have got teenage sons, like Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult, and I can never remember the name of the second author. I'll put that in the description. I love that. It was one of my favourite books of last year. I'm really interested to see how the kind of time travel, like sliding doors, is done. And yeah, and it says at the top, how do you stop a murder when it's already happened? So yeah, at some point that'll be, I think, a fast, easy read. I also picked up Black Candle Women by Diane Marie Brown. I had this on my wish list for ages and then saw this paperback copy of it, and the cover is just gorgeous. I'm pretty sure, I think it was Amy at Nonfiction Feminist who was raving about this. There was someone who really, really loved it, I think the year it came out. And this is like generational magic, I think. And it just sounds really good. Bound by a deadly curse, they must face their demons. So yeah, I love books about women and like feminine power and witchcraft, and I think it's going to be all of those kinds of things. I also picked up Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I've seen a few people talk about this recently. I know Mary from Mary Among Stories loves this book. Also, who else have I seen? Charlotte from Courtney Reads, and maybe Jade from Jade Juniper. I think that's where I've seen it about recently. I know it came out a few years ago and it won, it's 2001, and it won the Women's Prize for fiction. And it's always one of those books where people go, oh, I can't really tell you much about it. It's just really beautifully written and you need to read it. And I think we're just following a character called Piranesi, and he's exploring the place where he lives. That's kind of all I know about it. Sorry, that was a bus going past. That's kind of all I know about it. But I am intrigued to pick that up at some point. And then I also picked this up. I've seen Jean raving about this on Bookstagram recently. When I went to Hay on Wye, I saw this in a couple of the bookshops and I nearly picked it up, but I hadn't heard anyone talking about it, so I kind of left it. And then she really loved this and said it was really funny. And this is That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. And I think this is going to be like a cozy, funny, smutty good time as far as I know. And it's a Mead Mishaps series. This is book 1. So yeah, I'm just kind of intrigued. This was in the young adult section, and I'm not sure it is young adult, but it sounds like it's going to be fairly tongue-in-cheek and fun. So yeah, I think I'm really happy with my little haul. Not so little really, 5 is quite a lot of books to get in one go, but I think that also shows like a cross-section of my reading, and I'm always happy to pick books up in charity shops because then obviously the money goes to good causes. So yeah, this is kind of the end of the vlog. I think it's been a short one compared to my other Explore With Me videos, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing Cirencester and the cottage where I'm staying and the books I picked up. If you got to this point in the video, what should we have? Let's have the candle emoji for Black Candle Women. Just leave me a candle emoji in the comments. Let me know you got this far. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.